Hello and welcome to Wealthy Money TV. Today we're going to be talking about changing our money story and changing our relationship with money. So again, this is another personal story, which I absolutely love personal stories because they've motivated me to change my life. Today with me to share his personal story is Ethienne Harkers. So welcome Ethienne, how are you?
Thank you. I'm very well, Vangiles. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming through.
Any pleasure.
Do you think it's possible to have a relationship with money?
I think yes, of course. Money, like most other things in life, there must be some sort of parallel with how it actually affects either your mood or your general environment. It depends. Sometimes emotionally the impact can be quite severe if you're not comfortable. So I think definitely there is a space for a relationship with money.
Yeah. So I love to hear about people's upbringing and how that impacted their relationship with money as adults. So would you mind sharing how you saw people in your community or in your family use money and how that impacted you as you grew up?
Yeah, I was quite fortunate. My father is also sort of in finance, and he tried to always bring across the importance and also the respect for money. And generally in our community, towards the end of the part of the struggle, there was still a big issue with financial awareness as well as financial intelligence.
Yes.
And the lack of tools that people had to deal with those things, it caused a great, obviously the effect was negative in the community. And in order to move past that and to be empowered, on your money journey, the only thing that you need to empower yourself with is the knowledge of what to do when and how to handle this different situation with money. So I think just having that if you have a social network in terms of people who can support you in terms of your decisions,
yes,
money, it makes a big difference, in terms of the decisions and the quality decisions that you make.
So talk a little bit more about the social network, because I have seen that the people I hang around with, when I started discussing money with people and learning everyone's various money habits and asking people, please help me, what are your money habits? That did create a shift within my thinking. So how did you notice that your social network helped you? How did it help you create more abundance in terms of your thinking around money?
I think depending on the peers that you associate with, or even whether it's with family or whether it's your friendship circle, it's the quality of conversation that arises. If you're in a circle where the talk is about getting through the month, or in terms of your money and your expenses,
Yes.
versus you're sitting in a peer group where you're talking about, look, I'm looking at investing in equities or derivatives, or I'm looking at speculating in the property market.
Yes.
Those type of discussions is what then inspires you. It's something like, if you are not having the discussions that your peers are having, then you start thinking, hey, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing right? So I think socially, if you surround yourself with people or with resources or acquaintances who are looking at different angles of different things that they want to do and want to achieve financially, that makes it much easier for you, because just having those discussions starts creating a greater focus on productive ways to deal with money.
Yes, wow. I think that's quite incredible, because it's that whole concept that Napoleon Hill talks about, which is thoughts are things. So if you're around people that are thinking in a particular way, your vibrational frequency tunes into that. But also psychologists have said that you are the sum total of your 5 friends. So what are they doing? And look at where you are as well. For me, how did you do you come from a background where money was discussed openly?
No.
So how did you get to that point where you could even share with friends, where you could talk about the fact that, oh, this is where I am investment-wise, and start talking about money? Because I also don't come from a background where money was discussed openly. In fact, I come from a background where not so much my parents, but the people around them and other extended family believe that money was the root of all evil, so we don't talk about it. So how did you get to that point within yourself to be confident enough to talk about money and to take control of your entire financial destiny?
Look, it's easier, I must say, if you are in the financial world, financial field, because of my studies that led me, obviously, my immediate friends and the social would all be sort of in the financial world.
Well, tell us what you do. So
I'm essentially in banking.
Yes.
I basically facilitate the whole relationship management in banking.
Yes.
And it looks quite a broad spectrum from capital raising as well as just general transactional, foreign trade, and risk management and wealth planning as well. So it's quite a broad spectrum that we look after.
Incredible. So you had to talk about money. So
yeah,
your job allowed you to do that.
Yes, my job through the studies, obviously surrounded with my friends, acquaintances, and those were all people who are either fairly well educated financially, or astute, or they were entrepreneurs, or whatever the case might be. So that definitely did assist in creating a greater awareness. Originally, look. My dad was in the finance world, but that he would not necessarily share the whole structure around the finance. But he did definitely instill things like the value of money, hard work, forward-looking planning, making sure that you try and do the right things like having insurance and these things in place. Those things were broadly discussed, and I had an understanding of it. But looking at innovative ways of investing, innovative ways in terms of structuring different financial vehicles, those things came along with education and then with experience, with other experiences.
Okay, wow. So my last question is to ask, what are some of the emotional and psychological shifts you have to go through just to be able to discuss money even within your work environment and to be able to take control of your own personal finances?
I think it's actually easier if you look at a personal point of view. In a greater African scope, there is the issue about Ubuntu and assisting and helping, and there's extended family that you need to be responsible for or look after.
Yes.
Now, that is a very important thing, because look, if you are not helping or assisting or lending a hand, you are not, it's not going to make you happy at the end of the day.
Yes.
If you're in one position, the next person the other.
Yes.
But you're also doing yourself and then also the greater community a disservice if you're not prudent about the decisions you make and which decisions you make.
Yes. So you can't help everyone. At least first help yourself, and then you can give to others. Correct.
Then you can, it's a multiplier effect, because if you're constantly in a situation where you're going to be struggling to look after yourself because you were unwise with the decision that you've made trying to assist others, you are not going to be at the level to get to a place where the impact of your actions is a greater multiplier effect.
Yes.
And that's the thing. Once you empower yourself, you're able to then empower many more people because you've created the platform to do so.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us, Ethienne. And if people want to talk to Ethienne, his email is at the bottom of the screen. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned. We're going to have another video next week and another interview next week, and we'll be talking to Ethienne some more. So stay tuned. Cheers!